So today I'm sharing with you a tutorial on how to add a job or experience update to your LinkedIn profile. This is super beneficial because once you do this and you have the correct things toggled on, your network will be notified of the change to your position and or celebration that you're having in your life for a new position or experience. So let's begin. If you're part of Soul Treat, hopefully you used your banner to change it on your LinkedIn. And this is also another great tip. You can change your banner anytime you want and customize your banner to reflect whatever it is that you want to say about yourself right now. Soul Treat is the number one thing that is on my heart, and I want people to know who are passing by my LinkedIn profile about it. With that, I want to add that as my new experience, Soul Treat 2026. I'm going to scroll down to where it says experience. I'm going to click on the plus button. I'm going to click on add position. And I'm going to put my title, which I already created with the help of ChatGPT. ChatGPT was really wonderful in understanding my role as the creator, producer, coordinator, collaborator, just taking the lead on everything behind the scenes Soul Treat. And so he came up with this wonderful title, Founder and Executive Producer and Visionary Soul Treat Retreat. So I'm going to say self-employed, and I'm going to say the Wellness Universe. And I'm currently in this role. I'm going to say I started, it was probably last July, really started working on it. 2025, and there's no end date. I'm not ending any of my current positions. And the location is, I'm going to put Boone, North Carolina, because that is where we're doing the retreat this time at the Art of Living Retreat Center. So for description, I've already created a description with the help of ChatGPT of what this role entails. And I'm glad I did because it included a lot of ways that I did not see my role. So when you're in the middle of something, sometimes it's difficult to really clarify. So I wholeheartedly recommend using ChatGPT to help you. So I've now included what it is that I'm actually doing in this role. And this is my headline when people come across my profile, and I can now edit that again if I'd like to. I think that it already includes Soul Treat. Let me just double check it. Yeah, Soul Treat is already in there. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I don't have to answer these questions. If I want to add a skill, I can add the skills. I can add media here. Let's say event production, event planning, and it'll give you these as you're starting to type things in. So I'll just put those 3 skills in for now. I can go back and edit those if I'd like. As far as adding media, I can add images and videos of Soul Treat. And for the sake of this video's length and duration, I'll go back and add these later after I'm done. And you can search through your computer. You can put in YouTube links. You can add all kinds of things here. So this is the basic gist of how to do an update to your experience on LinkedIn. Now, here's a really important piece. You'll want to toggle this on. So that way, when you publish this, and this is a one-shot opportunity, when this gets published, and that's why all of these steps are important, LinkedIn will trickle out this notification. So the more people that will engage with the post being posted, the more people it will show it to. So it's wonderful to have it go out to your network, but not everyone sees it at the same time, just so you're aware. But it is definitely a way to get out into the world, the work that you're doing, how you're doing it, where you're doing it, and who you're doing it with. So, for example, you can update your profile as a #1 bestselling author for the Wellness Universe, or a featured event partner and practitioner for Soul Treat Retreat, for example. And these are the types of things that show that you are out there engaging and working with organizations in bigger ways. So I'm going to save this. And here's another very important piece of this. You can edit all of this and including the image. So we want to click next. We don't want to click post now. So here's the opportunity to change the image. I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a new visual by changing the image out. I'm going to hit X, and then it's going to allow me to add a photo from my computer. So I'm adding in my image from being part of Soul Treat. So with that, that is what's going to show on the timeline when they show this update. And it's much more appealing than any of these. And this is a small but mighty detail, because a lot of people, when they post their job updates or experience updates, you'll see these images. And I'm sure you're familiar if if you use LinkedIn. So with that said, this will really draw attention by changing this. It could be, again, if it's specific to updating your profile with Soul Treat, put your Soul Treat image that we created for you. If it's just general and you want to just do your headshot, do your headshot. If it's specific to a project like a book project, hold the book up. You want this image to attract attention. And it's only one image, not a slide post. So make it a powerful image. And also, again, the size and what shows up in the image. Obviously, when I was picking this image, you saw it was more of a square image, and it only features this part of the image when it's displayed on the timeline and in the feed at LinkedIn. So you want to make sure the part of the image that shows up and is displayed is captivating. So then I'm going to click next. And you can change all of this. So for the sake of making this as short as possible, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to edit this myself. So here I am back again. I've edited what will appear on the post that's going to be posted to LinkedIn. So again, I went back into ChatGPT and I created a very robust, focused caption. I also tagged people and have calls to action in here for people to come to Soul Treat, that we still have some vendor spots, and if they're a brand sponsor. So now I'm going to post this. Let me just put a little closing on here. And now I'm ready to post. So this is the point of no return, folks. And you want to make sure it says everything that you wanted to say. And the image is what you want to display. I'm going to click post. Taking a few minutes. Again, I have over 30,000 followers and connections on LinkedIn, so it'd be really wonderful. Lately, the algorithms have not been in my favor, so it'd be really wonderful if a group of my connections gets to see this and see what we're working on. These updates are very impactful. You'll find that many people will reach out and not only just comment and like on the post itself, but you'll receive messages in your inbox of congratulations, and people that may not have connected with you in a while are now encouraged or inspired to connect with you over the role that you're doing. So be sure that when this, well, mine is taking quite a while to post. Make sure when this does post that you have everything in there that can speak to the audience that you're trying to reach, in regard to the update itself, and also your goals, your main goals. So after a few minutes, it eventually did post, and you'll see here, all of my connections and followers, and hopefully, they'll get to see this and learn more about Soul Treat and see what happens. So here's my post. I can go down to my activity and it'll show my post. It just went up, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully you'll have some really great responses. The smaller that your community is, the more LinkedIn will show it to your people. So it's advisable to do this for any time that you have a job, experience, or role or opportunity to share what it is that you're doing. It's a really great feature that LinkedIn has, and gets it out to your network because of that little feature that you can toggle on to show it to your network. It's much more impactful and it reaches a broader audience than just posting to your timeline. Good luck.